Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Chat with Melissa. Today's episode is all about women in technology, women in leadership, and I have the privilege of speaking with one such wonderful woman who is a senior manager of product support at UiPath, Oindrila Banerjee. Oindrila, firstly, I want to welcome you to this episode and thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me here. I totally look forward to our chat today.
Great, thank you. Oindrila, I have a list of interesting and curious questions for you. So, without further ado, let's get started. My first question to you is: you have evolved from a product support engineer to a senior manager. What motivated you to pursue this journey?
So, Melissa, I would say from very early on, I've been deeply passionate about mentoring and guiding others, right?
Mhm.
And in my previous roles as well, I've had the opportunity to lead teams, mentor people, but then mostly from a very technical standpoint. And that, in some way or the other, helped me, strengthen my leadership and mentoring skills. So when I joined UiPath and then after becoming a PSC for some time, right, when the opportunity finally arose to transition into a managerial role, to be very honest, I was excited, but also a little hesitant. But nevertheless, I kind of embraced it, right? And because I really did want to learn about the people management side of things as well.
Mhm.
And I would say over time, I grew into this role. I also took up a few of these leadership courses, which helped me hone this senses. And finally, eventually, right, with time, it led to the progression and finally into the position of a senior manager here.
Great. You initially mentioned that you like mentoring people. I'm sure you would have had a mentor as well. So, who is your role model in this journey?
Oh, yes. I think, and I'm super grateful for that, right? And I strongly believe in the influence and power that mentors have in shaping our journey.
Mhm.
In fact, I have been fortunate to have mentors at, I would say, every stage and milestone of my career, right? Their support, insights, encouragement, I would say all of these have played very crucial role in my growth. And it would have been difficult without having mentors to reach this position, right? And like I said, that since there has been like a mentor at almost every stage of my career, it'll be very difficult to name just one individual, as each of them have contributed in their own special ways, whether by enhancing my technical expertise or shaping my leadership journey. I would say that it is the result of their collective guidance that has, invaluably helped me evolve both professionally as well as personally.
That's great. It was a diplomatic answer. Thank you for that. Okay, moving forward, what do you think is essential for leading a successful team?
So, Melissa, I believe in leveraging an individual's strength to
Mhm.
help them overcome their weaknesses, right? So, rather than focusing on what someone did not do well,
Mhm.
I spend a lot of time in identifying and appreciating their skills, their strengths, right?
Mhm.
Reinforce that positive aspect because I totally believe that that can be a great driver towards improvement and building that confidence. Beyond that, I would say that openness and flexibility are the two additional values that I strongly adhere to.
Mhm.
Being open to hearing out what my team feels, what their ideas are, right? It is very very crucial. As
Yes.
a leader, I feel that it's very important to make your team feel that they are heard, that they are being listened to,
Mhm.
and what follows after the this openness about this active listening is the implementation part, right? So for which flexibility plays a very very crucial role, right? It is very important to not only hear out those new ideas, but at least take that one step and try adopting those, whichever works,
Yeah.
and implementing it, right?
Yes.
Thereby trying to foster an environment where innovation, continuous improvement, all of these can thrive together.
That's right. I like that point where you said you prefer listening to your team, making them feel being heard. All that is so important, right? And of late, a lot of people talk about mental health and how managers and leaders play a very important role on mental health as well. Those are great points that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, now moving forward, as a
Mhm.
woman in such a big leadership role, I'm sure you would have faced some challenges. What were those challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Oh boy. All right. So I would say that you know rightly, like you said, right, that there have been challenges, right? And if I had to just pinpoint one, I would say it has definitely about finding my own voice. So growing up, societal expectations often shape us into a version of ourselves that aligns with being a good girl
Yeah.
and one who's agreeable, avoids conflict, and often seeks to please people, right?
Yes.
However, as we step into these leadership roles, we begin to realize that these ingrained traits, which once seemed like our strengths, can actually hold us back from, I would say, reaching our full potential or even giving that confidence to put our perspectives forward, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, Melissa, this is still, I would say, work in progress, and it would be work in progress for a very long time, right? Because it requires deliberate thought, conscious efforts, right, on a
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day basis, right? Because it includes challenging your own habits, right? Speaking up when even if it feels uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and trusting in that ability that I can contribute meaningfully. You can contribute meaningfully. We all can do that contribution, right?
Yes.
So at the heart of it, I think you just have to believe in yourself, your skills, and above all, the journey that has brought you out here, isn't it? So
Yes.
that belief in itself, I think it is enough to take that next step forward.
Wow, that is a great answer. I love that takeaway. Believe in yourself. I think that's
Abs-
really needed for us to be confident and show up no matter what. Correct?
Yeah. Yes, that is so true. And I have seen a lot of us, struggle with this imposter syndrome. We
Yeah,
sometimes forget to see what has got us here and
exactly.
instead start questioning ourselves, can we take it to the next step? Of course we can. Start believing in yourself.
True. I think we need more women like you talking about this, the importance of being heard, my voice, and things like that. Nice. Thank you for
Absolutely,
that.
yes.
Okay. My next question to you, I'm sure a lot of women have this on their mind. What is
Mhm,
your advice for women aspiring to become leaders? What qualities or skills do you think are essential for effective
mhm.
female leadership?
So honestly, I don't think there is an exhaustive checklist, that, there are here are 10 things that you should be mastering or something. But when it does come to like, picking up certain traits, I would definitely say that confidence and courage would undoubtedly be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence because you really need to trust your instincts. You need to believe in your ability to make decisions because that's very important at a leadership level, right?
Yes.
And not only about making decisions, it's also about standing by them, even if if the situation is uncertain, even if you are not very sure of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think confidence is all about knowing that you bring value to the table, and you should not hesitate to assert yourself when needed.
Mm-hmm.
And along with confidence, what goes hand in hand is that courage, the courage to take risk, to embrace new challenges, to step outside that comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And as leaders, I guess we do have to take that leap of faith, right?
Yeah.
So whether it is about pursuing a new opportunity, making maybe a bold decision for yourself, or even challenging the status quo, right?
Yes.
So having that courage to do so, even in the face of uncertainty, I would say that's what sets good leaders apart, isn't it? So yeah,
Yes.
definitely confidence and courage, and there's like so many other traits.
Mm-hmm. But these are the two main takeaways for us: confidence and courage.
And courage, yes, that is
Point
right.
noted. Thank you. Okay, and my last question to you, and a favorite one as well. How do you maintain a work life balance, especially in a demanding role like that of yours?
All right. So I would say that you know this realization hit me very later on, right? Which is self care, and that how essential self care is. Sometimes we kind of tend to overlook it. And one quote that kind of stuck to me was that you can't pour into others if your own cup is empty, right? So since I spend a lot of time in front of screens during my working days, for me, you know, work life balance or basically uh, uh, detoxing is staying away from anything that's got to do with digital media screens, etc. So I love reading books. I'm an avid reader, so I try to spend as much as time reading books. I do
Mm-hmm.
enjoy long drives. I love driving, and I find that incredibly freeing. So that's another thing. And most importantly, I love spending time with my family because I feel that's what keeps me grounded, recharged, and gives me that energy to come back again, face a new day, start afresh, and that's pretty much it for me.
Well said. Those were good points. In fact, yeah, I also agree with you. The support that we receive from our families indeed needed, and maybe that's how we can contribute better at work and also balance work life. I think that's one most important aspect. Okay. On that note, Andrila, I want to thank you
Yes.
for sharing your insights. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me here today. It was indeed lovely talking to you as well.
Thank you. Viewers, we hope you enjoyed this conversation and found it inspiring and insightful. Thank you for watching.